Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a very interesting political reference in the Grand Theft Auto series, as well as Rockstar kind of predicting the future as far as the upcoming election. And it's kind of crazy how similar some political figures in Grand Theft Auto 5, fictional political figures, and how similar they are to some of the real-life ones we're seeing, at least in the United States. It's pretty interesting. So first things first, you guys might not have remembered this from the game GTA San Andreas. Maybe some of you guys haven't even played San Andreas. I know it came out a while ago. It came out for me when I was really young. I probably was playing it when I was way too young. My parents, I don't know how they allowed me to do that. But in San Andreas, there was a mod built into the game that was locked when it was released. And when modders got a hold of the game, they found this and actually re-released it into the game, meaning that anyone could play it and actually use what was inside. And this was called, quote unquote, like the hot coffee mod. This is actually just a pun on like kind of like a saying, if you want to have someone up for coffee after a date, it usually means that you're about to get romantic with them in a way. That's kind of the sign of like, hey, let's go upstairs and do this. You want to say, hey, come in, let's have some coffee. So that's why it was called the hot coffee mod. And it was, let's just say, very explicit. Now, I don't think I'm going to be showing you guys any gameplay on the screen because it's literally, and this is just as an accurate description as I can, full on like sexual explicit content between your character in San Andreas and your girlfriend. Like it was literally a simulation game where you would hit different buttons and your character would perform different actions. So just kind of imagine that. And if you've played the hot coffee mod, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, this was bad. There are some explicit things in the Grand Theft Auto series, but in order to keep it from having an adult-only rating, which, believe it or not, you guys think that 18 plus or rated M for mature is the highest video game rating. It's not. There's an adult-only category, and there's a few games in there that obviously are very explicit. And if Rockstar hadn't removed this from the game, it would have gotten an adult-only rating, which certainly would have like killed its, I guess, sales in terms of what they were able to do, because most people wouldn't be able to buy it, even with their parents' permission. They would literally have to be over 18 to get it. Or there's like some crazy restrictions on it, like where it can't be sold in stores. I'm really not sure, but Rockstar eventually released a patch called the Cold Coffee mod, pretty interesting, completely removing it and wiping it from the game. However, just because Rockstar removed it from the game doesn't mean that there were some people that were kind of upset at what they had allowed people to be exposed to. I mean, this doesn't offend me at all. I'm used to it. Again, it doesn't offend me. If you don't like something, don't watch it. That's kind of my thing. But there were a lot of politicians that were upset at this, one of them being Hillary Clinton. And we know, at least in the United States, Hillary Clinton is a presidential candidate right now, and it's possible she might be the president in the next year or two, whatever the case might be. But when this was going on, this mod in like 2005, I think it's July 2005, she was the senator of New York, which is a pretty prominent political position. And she obviously had a lot of power there, and she vowed to take on Rockstar over the hot coffee mod. So Rockstar was based in New York City. She's the senator of New York, and she was very unhappy with the FTC and Rockstar about this hot coffee mod, which again was a modification that unlocked sexually explicit mini games in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So this was her statement on her website. She stated, "Fighting the culture of sex and violence in the media is extremely important and is a part of her platform." So she went on to fight this, and I really don't know what the effects of this were. I don't believe there was a huge lawsuit, especially because Rockstar ended up settling this. They ended up fixing it. But still, she was a prominent figure in trying to take on Rockstar in their game. So keep that timeline in mind. That was wrapping up at the end of 2005, towards the middle of 2005, when Rockstar was probably developing, in the middle of development, maybe finishing, Grand Theft Auto 4, which we know takes place in Liberty City, which is fictional New York City, which is obviously where Hillary Clinton is from. She had that disagreement and decided to take on Rockstar. And obviously, one of the biggest landmarks in New York City is the Statue of Liberty. And in GTA, it's the Statue of Happiness. So if we actually go to Grand Theft Auto 4, I'm playing the Ballad of Gay Tony right now, the Statue of Happiness is pretty interesting. It is obviously a lady. She's holding what looks to be like a tablet of some sort. And then in her other hand, instead of holding up a torch, it's a coffee cup. Now, what's interesting is, and I'll try to show you guys a side by side right now, the face on the Statue of Happiness looks eerily similar to the face of Hillary Clinton. So could this be Rockstar poking fun or trying to make fun of Hillary Clinton trying to take on Rockstar over their hot coffee reference? It certainly seems like it because there's a coffee cup in her hand. The face almost looks identical, whether it's like the wrinkles or the smile marks or whatever. They look very similar. And the coffee itself actually has like steam coming out of it, which would indicate that it's warm or that it's hot. So I thought that was a really cheeky reference by Rockstar to include that in the game. And I don't think this has ever been officially confirmed by them. They probably don't want to admit to it, but I certainly do believe that this was kind of a knock at Hillary Clinton herself. So that's pretty cool, and that kind of gives you guys a summation of how, I guess, Rockstar wanted to leave their final mark on the very controversial hot coffee mod. So moving on to Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, while this isn't officially confirmed either, I think that it's pretty suspicious, and get your tinfoil hats on, everyone, about the two main political figures in Grand Theft Auto 5. So throughout the game, you can hear, political banter. If you're driving along the side of the road, you might see like billboards and radio advertisements. There's two people running for governor. One of them is Jock Cranley, and the other one is Sue Murray. Now, I don't want to get too involved in politics here. I don't really care who you vote for, who you like, who you dislike. But Jock Cranley is supposed to be a conservative and a famous TV star and screen star, whereas Sue Murray is a liberal who is trying to fight, I guess, for what you want. I'm really not too sure, but it's interesting. Jock Cranley, more of the Republican conservative, and then you've got Sue Murray, more of the liberal Democrat. Now, doesn't that kind of sound like the current political climate of the United States, where the likely Republican nominee is Donald Trump and the likely Democratic nominee is Hillary Clinton? So again, there are some similarities other than the fact that it's just a Republican male and it's a liberal female. I'll let you guys take a listen to Jock Cranley's campaign video right now. It's pretty funny.
I'm Jock Cranley, former Vinewood stuntman, actor, and now highly qualified candidate for governor. I hate immigrants, the crippled. I can't stand unions, cops, old ladies. The thing is, at least you know I'm a dick. My opponent, Sue Murray, is a know-it-all shrew who actually thinks helping people is the best way to help people. Listen, I've base jumped off skyscrapers. I understand the intricacies of city planning. We've cared about people for far too long. I'm not extending a helping hand. I'm giving you all the finger. Vote for me, Jock Cranley, and help yourselves.
This message paid for by Jock Cranley for governor.
So once again, I don't want to dive too far into like Donald Trump's policies, what he believes in, but there's some references in there that are obviously pretty hilarious to the things that he's kind of said and some of the things that has gone on throughout his campaign. And let me now show you guys the Sue Murray video and see if you can pick up any references towards Hillary Clinton.
Tiny brain conservative Jock Cranley is at it again, using negative attack ads, calling Sue Murray names that rhyme with front and scratch. Who do you trust to get this state back on track? A drug-addled, philandering former stuntman with multiple concussions? Or a successfully divorced schoolteacher who knows how to talk down to normal people like a real liberal? Sue Murray has been talking down to people for years, and now she wants to talk down to you. Sue has a simple plan to get the state of San Andreas back on its feet again. A massive increase in government spending and a big investment in public radio. Using a minimum 49% federal tax and a 25% state tax, Sue's team of top-level educators and accountants will make the big investments everyone needs in government entitlements. Get what you deserve from the person who knows best. Vote for Sue Murray for governor.
I'm Sue Murray, and I approve this message.
So there you have it. Hers was a little bit longer, and just some of the things in there are pretty funny, obviously. Really, the thing that stands out the most to me is that Jock Cranley is like an ex-TV star, and because of that, he says he knows real estate really well. Donald Trump obviously had his own TV show, which was The Celebrity Apprentice and The Apprentice, that occurred a few years ago, so that's pretty neat. And I just think it's funny, the kind of references towards these two characters. And this isn't something that Rockstar could have planned, because obviously in 2011, 2010, 2012, when Rockstar were probably making this game, they had no clue who was going to run for president in 2016. But I do think it's funny, like I said, the similarities between these two candidates. So obviously, please do try to keep the political discord out of the comment section. This video wasn't meant to be about who I think is right, who I think is wrong, who's got the best policies, who's got the worst policies. I just think there were some very interesting references between Jock Cranley, Donald Trump, Sue Murray, Hillary Clinton, and obviously the hot coffee mod that was a direct reference to Rockstar and Hillary Clinton in real life. So I thought that was pretty funny. Wanted to share this video with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. If you did go and enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, where you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.